Hello, everybody. We're playing some ESO tonight. Woodvara, latest update for ESO? Everything. There was so much. If you're talking about the latest update for Chocolate Edition, there's a changelog on mod.io. But for what we're doing right now, we're just going to get a couple of things ready. We're going to go with robust. This is a weird thing, but I think we're going to go robust on this because we're going to be a sorcerer. No, wait. We don't actually get a bonus from that. We don't get a bonus from that. It's going to be a werewolf. Werewolf. So we want bloodthirsty for sure. And then we want this one, and we want bloodthirsty as well. We're just getting a couple things ready for the... You're playing a warden? I am playing a warden. This is a warden, yes. And warden is cracked. Cracked. Have you tested it out yet, Nightingale? Frostingale? Whatever. Frost? Gale? Dude? Bud? You have too many names. And then we want to go... No, the stuff's good. Okay, we need enchants now. We want enchants. Do I have enchants? Okay, yeah, it's Ares Cry. Enchants, we want... Stamina. I'll take the prismatics as well. Let's take order. Oh, I guess we don't actually need those ones. We do need a shoulder piece, so we'll take a shoulder, enchant, stamina, and then we gotta go back to enchants, and we need jewelry, increase, magical harm? Where's increased physical harm? Is there no increased physical harm? Did I already use them all? Probably. No, Sork first. You did 171k on your Frost Reach double ice staff theme build. Okay, so it sounds to me like you're happy. That's what that sounds like to me. Let's get a flame and let's get a shock glyph. Okay, I definitely have used all the enchants already. Weapon. Shock. We already got the flame, and we have... Okay. Order. Enchant. Shock. And flame. Okay, that's stamina. Magical harm. Where's the banker?
Ah, our featherless client.
People like Charles are doing 193k on the warden. That's crazy. So ice staff is still crap in comparison, but what's new? I mean, it has no damage passives. It adds minor brittle, which is like a really good support debuff, but it doesn't do any damage. It's not meant to do damage, which I agree is dumb. The resto staff should be the magic tank item. Magic tank weapon, not the frost staff, but whatever. Shattered Pass Signet Pet Nerf didn't do crap. That's good. I haven't tested it because I'm all about that Oaken Soul. We're depositing Order's Wrath. That's what we're doing for the Sorcerer. Okay. Come to think of it, I don't actually know. I'm going to need to get an Order's Wrath bow. Wait, weapons. Bows. Enchant with a shock glyph. That's not the banker. This is the banker. Deposit the bow. Okay. Now, let's go to Vateshran. This is what you guys actually came out for. Black Sheep, hi and bye. Just liking, then going to bed. Oh, thanks, man. Well, man. Excuse me. All right, I'm excited for this Vateshran run. I did one earlier, and I kind of choked it, and I got 310,000. So I've tested this a little bit. I know this is not just viable, but kind of cracked. We are... Oh. Okay, Bull Netch is slightly higher damage than Cutting Dive. But Cutting Dive is better utility. Let's actually do this. I think that's better. Cutting Dive is better utility in Vateshran than Bull Netch is. The Stamina Sustain would be nice, but it's not going to do us all that much good. Because it's just really nice to have that second spammable when you're using Snipe as your primary, and the dot is also really, really helpful.
Hunter's Grotto.
There we go. So we just want to dot everything up. I did just change out the rotation, so I feel a little clunky, but should be fine. So there we go. Let's get these pulls done.
This beast is under my protection, Hunter! Only
Okay, all right, we're already choking.
But do you have the strength for more?
Nature's something is cracked now.
Are you
Works on healing yourself and gives 250. Yeah, except it doesn't. It only works on healing on yourself. It does not work on overhealing still.
This new
So
serves me
it's still
better.
kind of crap. Honestly,
My allies surround
like because
me.
it doesn't work on overhealing, it's just not good.
Before it looms strong around you, wretched
Doing this
hunter.
while talking is so much harder than I remember it being. Okay, 40 seconds. That's not great, but it's not bad. Yeah, it's the fact that it doesn't work on overhealing. Believe me, it was the first thing I tested because I wanted to try the new Frost Ultimate, and I wanted to spam it. And by new, I mean the normal, not new Frost Ultimate. That was the earliest fear of my life. Are you kidding me? I'll report that ASAP. It's never worked on overhealing. It's only ever worked on healing. You have to actually heal damage done. But yes, I would love to see that reported because I would love to be able to use Major Heroism plus Minor Heroism together for just insanity. That's like my dream. My dream is to be a 1-bar support DPS just spamming Minor Heroism, Major Heroism, and as much War Machine uptime as possible without doing anything else. Because I think that's funny and fun. Alright, got that guy in 9 seconds. That's 5 seconds faster than I usually do him. Like when I said this build is crazy, I freaking mean it. Part of why it's crazy is Ares Cry is nuts. Like actually insane. Getting a mechanic there was so good. He's dashing out of my damage, but it's okay. Gonna dash again. Look at that. We almost got a 3-pad. We are so close. Okay. I choked. I choked so hard missing that interrupt. Well, there goes 5 minutes. That's so rough. Okay, so we're gonna try and figure out
We haven't even done anything yet.
how to not do that. Let's abandon the quest. Yeah, the class sets are insane now, which is good. At least some of them are. I don't think the Wrath Sunset is any good yet. It's like it got a decent buff there, but not enough. But yeah, that's so unfortunate. I was so tilted. I can't believe I choked that soon. On stream too. This does happen. But I literally just missed a bash. So rough. Let's look at Ares Cry really quick just to talk about how busted it is. So it gives penetration, 2 lines of weapon and spell damage. Already, that's a really good thing for a solo build. Getting that line of penetration from your 5-piece set on one of these 1-bar builds is super important and helps us hit the penetration numbers, that we need. Also, Ares Cry's like single target damage before its buff was already reasonable. It was pretty good. It did the same thing, the same amount of damage as Unfathomable Darkness, which was not acceptable for how much you have to farm it, like how hard it is to get compared to Unfathomable. However, because it already did really good proc damage, the exact same as Unfathomable Darkness, in fact, now that it also applies a 10% damage done buff against your target with Eagle's Mark, it's insane. It's insane. The class sets really did need to be very strong, and they just weren't. That is so true. They did need to be very strong, and they sucked. They were no good at all. But now Ares Cry is actually cracked. Let's go back to the house, and let's do a 3 mil parse, just so you guys can see what kind of damage numbers we're looking at in single target, and so that I can practice this rotation now that I've changed around where the abilities are, because that felt horrible in there. But I am excited to see this archer doing this now. I do need to try out an elemental archer again, where you use the Sigic ability, where you use elemental weapon. If Magicka Sustain wasn't like such a massive problem on Wardens, honestly, if just Sustain wasn't such a massive problem on Wardens, then an elemental weapon build could be good. But the new class masteries just don't really have a good option for that. What's unfortunate about a lot of the class masteries is it's like, oh, this is a sustain thing for healers. Oh, this is damage for damage dealers. It's damage for damage dealers. It's sustain for tanks. It's sustain for whatever, right? They're not like, it's a damage dealer and a sustain passive. It's a healer and a tank passive. It's like they're kind of super focused, which is just not ideal. This one, Tundra's Maw, isn't super focused, and maybe it's a good idea because I have 40% crit chance now, whereas I didn't before. Like 40% of 20 is pretty good. But Glacial Obstinance is also really good. 15% extra weapon and spell damage, and you get to heal off of your Winter's Embrace abilities as well. It's so good. There's no way we aren't running Ares Cry in single target 100% of the time. I agree. Yeah. The Warden passives are changing though, right? Yeah, the rework is going to be update 51. So it's like it's going to be a very different class very soon. Alright, so this is a 3 mil dummy. I don't parse on 21 mil dummies because I am not about that life. I don't do trials, and I basically just run Vateshran and world bosses. So it's not really worth it to parse on a 6 mil dummy either, because there's no target in Vateshran with 6 million health. Okay, this rotation feels much better now that I'm not trying to figure it out while talking. Oh my gosh, we must have gotten some cracked crit luck here. Okay, no, that's much more realistic. So we did run out. 69, actually no, that was some very good crit luck. 50% on that, 100% on some deep fissures, some 80%. This is crit farmed. That's what you guys just got to see. Crazy that I lucked out with that. Look at how much damage that is, though. 69.8k. This just hits like 70k single target DPS. Like, that is insane. Insane. And this isn't even full penned. I'm missing 6k penetration. 5.5k. Like, is there a way for me to get extra penetration? I have major and minor breach already. What status effects do I have? How many status effects do I have? Because I have charge, so I could go, so chill to... It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I could go, for this part specifically, I could go Force of Nature up here instead of... I have to have Reaving Blows because that's like a in-content thing. We have a decent bit of AoE, so we should probably just drop Deadly Aim, maybe, for Force of Nature. Actually, we should drop Fighting Finesse and keep Deadly Aim. Because that 8% crit damage ain't doing much with only, like, it's a 4% damage increase or something. I think they'll probably rework the status effect masteries because that's all Warden has. It's kind of unique at the moment. They're 100% placeholder. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Just a light attack. I am probably not going to get as crazy crit luck here. So we're not going to hit the same. Missed another light attack. I'm also trying to reach Jet, and that's a bad idea. Okay, 68.4. We had 16k pen that time. I mean, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. And much more reasonable crit luck. We didn't have any crazy high crit farm. So this is better. Nuts. Once Warden gets a mechanic, they'll probably replace those with a buff to interacting with the mechanic. Yeah, that's possibly true. I feel like, I don't know. I really hope they don't add a Warden beam. Like, we now have 3 reworks, or we have 2 reworks, and we have 2 new beams. That's not setting a pattern that I like. Unless one of those beams that they make is Toxic Barrage. If they can make that into a beam that can be actually worth casting in a rotation, I'll be pretty excited. Like, I think that's the true way. Okay, I think it's been 5 minutes. We're going to go back to Vateshran. Let's try this again. I'm going to put Fighting Finesse back on just because I don't think we need the penetration most of the... Actually, you know what? You know what? I also wish Weapons Expert was, like, actually worth using on light attacks. Like, a 20% bonus to light attack damage is... If it was a flat 20%, like an actual 20%, this would be... 1400 damage higher. I'm actually so curious. Let's try it. There's no way this is worth it, right? Because it's not actually 20%. Because it's not multiplicative, and I'm using a bow. But like Weapons Expert, buffing your light attack damage, like only by 20% doesn't make sense. You could make it 40%, and it might be worth it. Like, you'd have to be running, like, some super janky build for this to be better than anything else. damage is still good. It was lower. Yeah, it's 1,500 higher. A little bit better crit luck. We're only getting like an extra 1,000 damage on the crits. I don't know. It's like this last champion point node doesn't actually matter at all. Maybe this increases our upfront damage though a little better. And it's consistent. You know what? We're gonna try it. Screw it. It's all about the crit luck. I know, yeah, you just said class mechanic like Crux, Corpses, Sacred Ground. That means some channeled ability. Yeah, I also don't know if every class needs some mechanic like that. If you give every class some independent builder spender system, then that doesn't interact with other classes' builder spender systems. There's like, I don't know. You need them to be differentiated from each other. Not just in like, this one does Crux, but it's icy this time. Like Corpses, Crux, and did the Dragon Knight get one? Sacred Ground? Okay, so those are differentiated. It's just got to be significantly different, you know? Welcome in Culta Wolf. Welcome in. Let's make sure that this is charged. It is charged. Let's try this again. Okay, if I don't read chat for the next 20 minutes, I am so sorry, but I'm gonna focus up and we're gonna try and pull like 312. That's the goal.
Hunter's Grotto.
I definitely almost walked into death right there. That should kill.
Protection, Hunter! Oh!
All right, keep it going. If they do a channel for the Warden, it would be interesting. If there was a channeled ability. Like, it would be fun if it was Arctic Blast. What's really funny is I feel like a sweaty nerd right now because it's like 85 degrees in my apartment. So I'm literally a sweaty nerd. Okay, let's get the burst. Okay, we're not going to get the burst. Let's just stand in the middle. Or not. Okay, 38 seconds. That's 2 seconds faster than last run. Oh, the back of my head is sweating. Again with the instant fear. Okay, he just like flanked me? The heck was that? I should really memorize how long that pole was. Six seconds, pretty good. Actually, I think 6 seconds is about normal. I think if we get it down to 4, that'd be nice. birds. I hope I got both terror birds there.
He bids you follow.
Can we get a mechanic? Nope. All right. That was a mistake. That was also a mistake. Choking my brains out right now.
The real challenge starts
Yep.
now.
Can we get it? One more channel. Okay.
Stinky mocks your feeble blows.
Of course, it takes forever to jump. We're 150k off the 3 pad. Crazy. Have a good night, or have a good day, Nightingale? Night? Morning? Evening?
Welcome to the wounding. Wait.
I feel like you're on the other side of the world, but I honestly have forgotten already. Place it there. Not ideal, but it's okay. We're gonna need a little bit of stamina here. That was kind of a scuffed pull, to be honest. And one snipe and a bird. Veladreth is just so good. Like, it's kind of like the Celine that you can use with a bow. That was pretty nice. Okay. You thought I sounded British. Yes, I did. That's why I got confused. That's why I'm still confused. The burst damage on the sculptor here is crazy. Back here. I'm gonna have to heavy attack. Okay.
Protect me, Dreadlord.
35 seconds. That was slow, and I almost died because I didn't get the bash off. Got him. All right, keep it going. So we're gonna do 2 Vateshran runs tonight. We're gonna do this Warden, and then we're gonna do the Werewolf after this. And we're gonna hope that we can pull some really crazy scores on both of them. Now, I don't have a great execute on this setup, but the Werewolf has really good execute. Has really good execute now. Gotcha. You. Let's just kill the behemoth. Enfeeblement. Die, thank you. Like, Wardens Execute being attached to their ultimate is very cool. Let's get that guy. It's very cool that their Execute is attached to their ultimate, but it also means they actually don't really do much damage in Execute. So this is where I choked earlier. I missed that synergy somehow, which is crazy. Like, how do you miss the synergy that's in the middle of the room? That's visible. That was a waste. Okay. Not bad, though. TBH. Tubaha, to borrow Viva La Dirt League. It's 12:51 p.m. It is the middle of the day for Nightingale. It's crazy. Isn't it wild that, like, there's always humans awake every hour of every day? Just like a weird fact of life. Okay, let's not choke this. You can easily die on that pole if your damage is not high enough to kill everything. It's a weird thing dying on that pole, but I have actually done it so many times. One of these days I should make a Vateshran guide. I still haven't done it, and it's the year of our Lord 2026. It has been a while since anyone's made an updated, here's how you do Vateshran guide. Even though, like, the game hasn't changed, right? All the old guides are actually still accurate. But it would be nice to make a new one and say, here are modern strategies with modern damage. And to show, like, the niche mechanics that probably haven't been shown in a while. Like skipping the that jump was good. Like skipping the damage ring on the final boss if your damage is low, using teleport mechanics, and fun things like that. I'm not liking our stamina sustain right now. Should probably not use as many birds. Got this one. Very solid damage. 63k. That's crazy. It's crazy to me that I used to run this with like 28k. It's actually, I think I got my first trifecta probably around 25k DPS.
Brimstone Den.
I feel like things behave differently. Like enemy AI is different. Again, kind of a scuffed strat to do that. I'm not confident in my abilities to survive all the time. This one's not bad, though. Of this wall. Okay. Try and pull some of those imps in by backing up. And let's place that farther so that they can't deal enough damage to kill me. And dead. Not bad. 46 seconds. I don't know why I'm taking flame damage here, but I am. Okay, let's let that do some damage. That do some damage. I think everything should be dead. Am I a vampire? Am I a level 1 vampire? I feel like I might be a level 1 vampire. In which case my sustain could be better. Got lucky there. Stun? I did get a stun. I did get stunned. Look at that. That's not what I intended. I hate that stun too because it's not just a stun. You literally get knocked down. I don't have enough magicka. Choked that. Lost some frames. Bummer. So we want to keep spamming this, the Cliff Racer, because the healing is really nice. Not bad. Okay, this is the last portal, yeah? We're almost done. Okay, this is always a really hard fight for me. For the longest time, I did not do the green, blue, red portal strat. I went red, green, blue. Specifically because of this guy. I also choked the other day on this guy and died in his little fire circle. In this little channel that he's been doing.
Someone wishes to meet you.
Let's get some more chilled procs going. Can we take this damage? There's not really a reason to. It's only a small drop in damage to back up. Yep. Look at that. He hit so hard right there. I should have roll dodged. Alright, so the best we can do is probably 310 now. Surviving the second phase of this guy is actually so annoying. Like, I have raving blows, I have a decent bit of healing coming in. All right, let's try and cook him. What just killed me? Are you kidding me? My gosh. Is 3,000 health recovery not enough?
So, you wish to meet destruction?
I promise you, this is both doable and not hard. But it also is hard. So annoying. Alright, now we're definitely not going to get to 310. I would guess 309. Because we've lost like 2 minutes.
Servants of Merun's Dagon await. The forge never stops. Join me in glory.
Oh, did I die because I took one of those? I did. That wasn't that bad. That's so frustrating. I also hate this boss, buddy. Or body. GK knows. Gino bodies? What is... GK now bodies? Yeah, that guy's the worst. I legitimately used to do him first because I hated him so much.
What? Oh, magic! I feel it tearing me apart.
I actually got so lucky on that timing. The speed that we burn this part of the boss is crazy. Did anything spawn? I didn't see. Nope. It's really nice that he just like started out in my Winter's Revenge. Okay, hopefully we get some stand back from that. Doesn't matter. Doing all this on a melee build is not gonna feel good next. I guess we'll have a gap close, so it actually won't be that bad. Oh, okay. Really, Mabruga? Okay. She just did her whole channel. .306. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Avoid, mother. We did not
You do what I did and you still die. Why does that mech kill me if I go on the platform? The platform has 2 layers. There's a layer that is burning at all times, and there is a layer that's not. To show you, like, imagine the boss is here and he's on the flat and I'm backing up towards the platform. There is a fire that's in the middle of it, and that fire is always burning, but the edges of the platform are not. So you can go on the edge and you shouldn't die. 306 sucks. I'm sorry. That should have been way higher. So in just that last fight alone, that would have been probably around a 310. Yeah, I think it should have been around 310, 311. I don't know. It could be better. Could be better. Not as good as the Dragon Knight, which I haven't tested yet on this patch, but last patch the Dragon Knight was absolutely gargantuanly cracked. So that's fun. Okay. There's the Warden. I think the Warden is really good. I think I'm really bad sometimes, you know? The spinning fire also, can you walk away from that mech, or does it actually extend out to the edge of the arena? It does not extend to the edge of the arena. It's the same size as the one at the end in the final boss. So you can walk out of it. It is better if you're gonna do that, you have to do it really fast, because geometry, the edge of the fire spins faster than the middle of the fire. What skills did I use? It was a basic Warden setup, so it was a basic bow Warden setup. So focused aim, deep fissure, screaming cliff racer, right? Cutting dive, and Winter's Revenge and Arctic Blast. There's a full Warden. Okay, we need to first go to the merchant and get rid of a few things. I don't care about most of this, because we're not actually playing. Okay, there we go. We have some inventory space. Orders, Wrath. We want that. We want that. We want that. We actually have some daggers. That's good. So we'll take the precise ones. We're also going to take the charged one. I don't know about infused. We're on a... No, we don't need infused. And then that. Okay. That's good. Orders Wrath. We want the amulet. We want the ring. Precise charged. That's probably better than precise... Precise weapon, dual wield. Yeah, we're only level 35 in dual wield, so we're actually just gonna have to use the bow, because we don't have all... Well, what passives do we need? We need these ones. This one specifically. Is there skill lines? Dual. What utility, experience, supplies, bundles, upgrades, skill lines. Okay, I can get sky shards, but that's not going to be helpful. So we're just going to use a bow, and that's fine. And then we're going to put on that. All right. What skills was I using to heal myself? For the Warden, I was using the Champion Point Node Strategic Reserve. Yes, Mr. Evil Dave, that is completely true. He does spit a fireball at you if you are not within the rings. But I think you can out-heal it pretty easily. It is better just to run, though. To run in the circle, for sure. It's better to learn that mechanic, specifically. On the Warden, to heal, I was using a combination of passives, Strategic Reserve, and Reaving Blows. It's all champion points and passives. There's no active heal on the build. And, yeah, that's how it is. Should we use Precise here? Or should we use Charged? I don't know. Okay, the wolf, by the way, looks freaking sick. Like, look at this werewolf. Absolutely nuts. Also, gargantuan. Like, the wolf is huge now. Okay, I think this should parse like 63k. Let's try it. Okay, not if life attacks fail. Buff our damage. The only hard part of the werewolf right now is the synergy. I forget, when you first start, you don't need to... Is this not going to deal better? Oh my gosh, that felt terrible. Why did that feel so bad? Like, everything about this should feel better than what I had before. You're going to start playing this game. I wanted a bow build, saw yours, but since I've never played, I don't know the path or whatever to take as someone with no gear skills, etc. Is there some guide for that? There are probably some good guides, some leveling guides out there. Why did that feel so bad? There are probably some really good, some good stuff. I mean, penetration was really bad. That would be why. Because we're missing light armor now. There are probably some good guides. I don't have one though, unfortunately. But here is my advice. If you're just starting the game, enjoy it. Don't worry too much about a build. Play the game, level up to 50 and then CP 160. Read your abilities and their tooltips so you know what actually is going on. Read the the sets, and know what's going on, and then go from there. I think you're doing werewolf won't matter if you have the weapon passives. Oh, that's true. That's true. You don't actually need the weapon passives because they don't activate. That's such a good point. I totally forgot about that. So let's go. Yeah. You're so right. Just the enchants matter. What is that bar beneath my magica bar? Is that the werewolf timer? Because that's not true. The like headbanging nature of the werewolf is really funny now. I roared too early. I'm gonna have to roar again. Because if you don't take the synergy, you don't get the buff. And you can only get the synergy if you've activated the ability after the synergy time is already up. Yep, I did it again there, but it's okay. Oh, that's the ultimate bar. Why does this feel so bad? I parsed 60k with it earlier. Do I need to change Mundus? Oh, I have the lover. Am I really just missing that much penetration? Is it really as simple as that? I don't know. Let's swap out some champion points, maybe. What do we have? Wrathful, Fighting, Master at Arms, Deadly Aim. If I went the bow route while that early into the game, would it be painful at all? No, the early game is not painful at all with literally any weapon. You could use your fists and it won't be painful. The game is not difficult until you get to the end, which is unfortunate. They're changing that now, but it has taken them 11 years to do so. What Mundus do we have? Is it the Thief? We have the Lover. So we don't need as much penetration as we have. Wow, I'm just like kind of shook that. What about Maw? What if we bring the Maw back out and we play a sorcerer like a sorcerer? Let's not mess up the synergies. Wow, Maw is better than Order's Wrath. Let's go ahead and ult. I probably shouldn't have buffed there. There we go. Okay, Maw the Infernal. Just popping off. Gotta love it. Love to see it. That was crazy. 63k as a werewolf. Let's save that. Let's go to Vateshran. And let's see how this does. This can also be like such a like healing tanky werewolf. Which is crazy. I think they buffed the absolute crap out of werewolf healing. Like, werewolf self-healing is nuts now. Completely nutty. And werewolf sustain is also crazy. What?
Can't fight, Mom.
Let's make sure everything's repaired. Everything is charged up.
This door.
Got the quest. You were delayed. Have you live now? Perfect. Welcome to live, then. I'm actually not worried about taking damage at all. I am worried about the ultimate not lasting long enough. That jump is crazy. And the execute is also crazy.
Under my protection, Hunter. Only
Okay. It feels good so far. Feed and you'll stay in form. That's true.
face the full might
I don't have a
of the
synergy.
hunt. This shall bring
Okay, this
your
is
death.
actually not good. We're gonna de-transform.
To my aid. The force looms strong around you, fledgling hunter.
Okay. Execute. Execute. All right, 47 seconds. That's on par for like a 310 at the... well, it depends. We got kind of unlucky. All right, we got some extra ultimate. Okay, interrupting to feed, not worth it. Oh yeah, super dog, we got it. Look at that. Howl? There's 9 seconds. That's not good. Doing pulls as a werewolf is always so different than doing it as like any other class, though. Let's Fury or Rampage or whatever it is. Hope I killed the terror bird. 13 seconds, that's pretty normal. A lot of the sounds are very samey.
He bids you follow.
Which is not ideal. It's so weird being as big as the Minotaur. What's Fury? Okay, we're getting into execute, so our damage should pick up. $200K. If we could get our burst damage just a little bit higher. I mean, that was as fast as the Warden we just did, though. That's pretty crazy. Is it viable to play a Warden bow 1 bar build? Yeah, that's what I just did at the beginning of the stream. But it's not bow. It's just if it's a 1 bar build, you only have 1 bow. That's how it works. Excuse me. Okay, I did not know I was stunned. Oh, it's also worth knowing I literally... No! Okay, that's really annoying. I don't even have all the skills leveled up yet. Because this is like a live character, not a PTS character. I'm actually going to rampage here. Try and regenerate some ultimate. No, that was a pure Warden.
Another wishes to test their mettle.
Pure Warden. It's on the PTS. I am not worried about execute. Should be 1 bite. Yep. Beautiful. Okay, sustaining werewolf form is so stressful now. Do you have a link to that build? That build is not live yet. It's from the PTS, so it's not on the live server yet. But there is... is there an old Warden build you could use? If you look up... if you look at my channel, there's a video called Rise and Snipe Wardens from a couple years ago, and everything there is pretty much accurate. You just use Tideborn. Whereas before you would have used whatever's on there. Okay, that's rude. Let's drop a Fury or a Rage or whatever it's called. The execute is kind of crazy. The stuns are also crazy. That was stupid. That was so stupid. I think it should die, but I don't think I'm gonna make this. Oh, werewolf speed insane! Oh my gosh, we made it through. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't remember what the name of the build is, like the video's titled, but the thumbnail says Rise and Snipe Wardens. It's one of my most popular videos. Yeah. And it was a one bar bow warden. That was back when I was making 1-bar bow builds for every class. The only thing that might have changed is your like chilled damage. Chilled damage got nerfed, so it might be less worth it to build certain things because of that. Don't forget the synergy. Are you kidding me? This guy. Every time. Alright. How much ult? We have 230. I should try some of the like Savage Werewolf set and stuff. That buffs your damage while you're in a werewolf form. Execute is nuts. Quality and immersive animations. I would agree. They're pretty good. I think the sound effects could use a little less squishy and a little more crunchy terry. But that's okay. My wife just gave me a look and I don't know what it was for. It wasn't like a bad look. She gave like a goofy smile. Let's get that synergy for Major Courage. Pretty sure I just have the vulnerability one on me, which is fine. Hit that again. Shouldn't have taken the synergy. That was a waste. I could have just used that as an execute. Not bad. Like 5 seconds slower than the last run. But I'm really not worried about dying. Oh, on the grapple hooks? Oh, yeah. Super dog flying is the best. Are you running Bone Broth? That makes it easier to remain a werewolf. Ooh, that's a good shout. I don't need any, like, magicka, so... back here. That's not intentional. 152 ultimate. This is so stressful. I don't think I will drop out of ultimate with this setup that I'm using. But it is something to be aware of. When I'm actually like dealing damage, like really consistently like this, I'm actually going up in ultimate, which I don't really understand. Oh, we're gonna have a huge execute here. Not bad. 49 seconds. This is only just barely slower than that Warden. It's so nice having an execute attached to your spammable. If they do that for sorcerers with Mage's Wrath, I'm gonna be so pumped. That should extend my ultimate. Kill faster, sir. Rampage gives you 20 seconds of no ultimate cost. So it is super important to generate then. Got a rampage. Now, what's really bizarre to me is that they made werewolf abilities essentially free. I don't really know why they did that. Like, the stress is now entirely on maintaining werewolf form, which I really needed that 20 seconds there. Freaking... I'm so bad, guys. I haven't been playing lately, and so I'm terrible. I can't believe I just died there. And I don't have a rampage. I'm about to de-transform. Mid-mechanic. Yep. Oh my gosh. This is so scuffed. Alright, we're back into werewolf form. Okay, and we're de-transformed again. And I can't move.
Wishes to meet you.
Order's Wrath bow. I'm so pissed. If we weren't right at the end. So that is a major point of frustration. If you die like that and you have to re-transform again, like, you just might not be able to sustain your ultimate.
The servants of Meru
so scuffed. I cannot believe I died twice. You guys are seeing what it's like to be behind the scenes now.
And with him down, you complete the brimstone.
It would have been a 1 minute fight. I'm gonna guess 304, 305. I don't actually know what time we started this.
You made it all the way to the end. Only one.
But we only have
final challenge
142 ultimate here, and we are only halfway to our ult.
left. What? Oh, magic! I feel it. Tearing me apart.
I think the set that gives you 6% damage while in werewolf form is probably like the GOAT here. Because it also generates 18 ultimate every time you take damage. And also, all this movement. Anytime there's movement mechanics in a boss fight, it feels really bad. Because, like, this is just wasted time. And now she's gonna waste time. I think I can take this. That healing is insane. She just wasted my ult though. Just realized I trigger off balance on cooldown. I'm literally not worried about it. 228, so that's kind of slow. 306 still. I died twice. I died. Wait, did I die the same amount of time and do it
For this challenge.
at the same speed?
Vateshran's rights now end. You did more than we expected. Well done.
I think you're still in combat when she's role playing, when Mabruga's role playing. 2236, and that was with 2 deaths. So and then was like halfway through the kill, and I lost time from not being a werewolf. I had to change weapons and everything. I don't know why I looted that. Let's go back to the house. I need to grab those sets. Yeah, I think you're still in combat. I don't think you can do like weapon swaps or anything while she's doing her RP. Okay. Here's what I learned though. If we look at the fight, where's Maw? Maw is doing about 6% of the damage. Okay? What if I get, I think it's called Hide of the Werewolf. Hide of the Werewolf. When you take damage, you generate 6 ultimate. This can occur once every 5 seconds, and the ultimate triples while in werewolf form. Wait. We need to send a strongly worded letter then? Yes. I thought Hide of the Werewolf... Okay, maybe it's not that. Maybe it's this. Savage Werewolf. Your light attacks within melee range cause your enemy to bleed. And additionally, for every 2 seconds. Okay, so it's just going to double up on the bleed damage. And this effect scales off the higher of your weapon and spell damage. And if you're a werewolf, you also gain 6% damage done. There's no way that Savage Werewolf is not the best. So we're going to swap characters really quick. Hold up. No collectibles, appearance. Let's go back to our normal fit. Okay. Salvation is another good set for werewolf. Is it actually? Did they buff it? Because if they didn't buff it, I don't believe it's good. Gosh, I'm sweaty. It's so hot in my apartment. Hold up. You said Savage Werewolf. Not Savage. What is it? Salvation. No. No. That's terrible. That's terrible. It should be good for werewolves, but it's not. One, werewolves now have essentially free abilities, especially on a sorcerer, which is what I'm running this on. And it only gives you 136 weapon and spell damage? Maybe 160 or whatever? That's terrible. Yeah, I'm going to try the bone broth, like you suggested. So let's go Tester's Lunchbox. Pack Leader's Bone Broth. Definitely grab that, because we don't need any magicka. And then let's go armor sets. Wait, I think we just need overland. It's going to be a... No. Dungeon. Armor sets. Dungeon sets. And we want DLC, medium, Savage Werewolf. Savage Werewolf is going to go hard. We want weapons, jewelry, and the shoulders. And then for monster sets, we want the bear, Arch Druid Devrick, and we want it in a light head. In Divines. Okay. Collectibles, banker, activate you. Savage. Arch. Hold up. Enchant with stamina. Savage jewelry. We want both of those. And I guess we should transmute those. So we got to go to the house really quick. And weapons. Dagger. Might actually be better to go something other than daggers, but... No, it doesn't actually matter. We're gonna run Vateshran one more time. We're gonna run Vateshran one more time after we get all this set up. We're going to do it on the werewolf again. We're going to do better this time. We're not going to choke. Where's Savage Werewolf? However, we're going to go infused this time and not bloodthirsty. Because I really want the early damage to be juiced. Okay, so we got that. And then we want one charged weapon. Charged. We want shock. Poison is fine. Enchants jewelry. Physical harm. Savage werewolf. One more time.
Your gold.
Arch. Savage. Bone broth. I am really excited with how busted the werewolf is. Like, really excited with how busted it is. The thing that I'm not as excited about is that it's better than my sorcerer. Like, by a decent margin. My pure class sorcerer is worse than the werewolf with the exact same gear on. Which is crazy. Archdruid. And bone broth. Put that on. Savage. Okay, this is gonna go crazy. It's gonna go actually crazy. Okay, so that still cost 80 ultimates, so that feels like a lie, but it's okay. Okay, sometimes things desync. I should also use the exploiter champion point node. $65K? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. And it's only gonna get crazier here. Okay, Wrathful Strikes. Fill up. Okay, this part started way better than the last one. We're already at 57K. We're gonna wait until right now. Okay, 65K, 64K that time. Maybe the parse could use a, I don't know, maybe it could use a little more. Let's try one more time, and then we're gonna run into Vateshran again. So he's not off, he wasn't off balance. The timers aren't aligned now, because my damage buff is up now. Okay, 64, 65k, pretty consistently. Tons of bleed damage. Not as much hemorrhaging as I would expect. But that's okay. Lots of stamina too. Wow. One interesting thing about being a sorcerer is the class masteries here. Conservation of energy specifically makes blood magic work with any ability, which means, if you didn't know, blood magic increases my max magic and stamina by 10%, and it heals me for 2600 every time I use a freaking ability, if I'm not at full health. Like, the healing on this setup is just crazy. Can I see? I don't know. How many abilities did I cast? Pretty good weave timer. 45. So that's like 90k healing or something before crits. Nuts. All right, one more trip into Vateshran and we'll call the stream there. Okay. Thank you for sharing. Yep. I'm sure the werewolf is going to get some changes and maybe even some nerfs from where it's at right now. Especially if it starts overperforming in PvP at all. But this is like a preliminary build on a sorcerer specifically. I've seen that DKs in particular go kind of hard as werewolves. They get to use Pyrebrand in werewolf form and absolutely pop off with it. Let's lock in.
Under my protection, Hunter. Only.
Oh, okay, I skipped. I already killed an ad. That's a bummer. Should I be using the AoE one? The AoE jump? I'm already low on ultimate. Are you kidding? Are we gonna get a fast one? No, not stunned. 37 seconds. Crazy. Your werewolf is a DK? Then you are probably going to be pretty happy if you have Pyrebrand. Probably not beneficial to do what I just did. Which is, like, I used my Savage or whatever, Rampage? Rampage. I used it when I shouldn't have. Okay, we ate some ult.
He bids you follow. If you possess will.
That was an inopportune time to use that.
It seems he mocks your feeble blows. Your real challenge starts now.
Off balance. Use the synergy.
He stands defiant against your strikes.
A little bit slower than last time, actually. Surprising,
Goes down.
but I think we may have gotten unlucky.
Well, this is new. What do you make of this?
Or maybe Savage Werewolf really didn't give us any extra damage. Is my stamina even going down when I use these abilities? Whoops. Like, all I can see is werewolves are never going to use Coral Riptide. Like, they would have to roll dodge the entire game in order to keep their stamina down. I'm gonna save that rampage for the boss.
So you come to battle the champion of Mola.
Look at that burst heal.
Protect me, Dreadlord!
38 seconds. That's also slower than last time. I've never done this pull this way. Okay, we're good. I've got enough movement speed. I hope I got every ad there. Again, better Vateshran players memorize things, like what their score should be at certain points so they know if they've missed anything. We're gonna rampage. Perfect. The synergy, like, animation is no good for the werewolf. No good at all. Oh no. We have a rampage. But that's not good. 300 or some insanely low amount. Yeah. And I'm regenerating like tons of resources as a sorcerer. Like the sustain is legitimately infinite, which is cool. Except there's nothing to spend the stamina on. So like, does it matter? Like, sustain is only cool if you need it. Come on. Come on. Sustain is only cool if you need it. And one thing that ESO does is makes a whole lot of sustain sets and makes no way for you to really like spend sustain in order to get a ton of damage. Like you can't just like build sustain heavy to get your damage. Like instead they make beam builds, you know? Don't fall through. Don't fall through. GG. If you run that too fast, you fall through. You run it too slow, you're slow. Terrible. Like this bridge doesn't have to be here for you to walk on it. But that one does sometimes. But only sometimes. I was mid-platform. And I fell through. What a massive bummer. Good to know. Yeah, the heal amount really is like, it's a 15k on a crit. I'm actually just gonna stand here.
Whew. Last one.
58k DPS on that one.
More dark magic polluting the hollows?
Not great.
Where does it come from? Wait.
I'm so bummed we died there. I'm gonna have to like really sweat it out to try and get full-on footage when it's time to make the build video. The targeting on jumps in this game is so janky. That should kill. I don't know how the heal on the bite is gonna play out in PvP. I imagine it's gonna be like ridiculously broken. How much of the damage are we dealing that is bleed? Could that like deal 20% more bleed damage set go like really hard? I bet it would beat Tideborn here. Because we are dealing a good amount of bleed, damage over time? I wonder. Shouldn't have wasted those seconds. Gonna test it after the stream. The 20% bleed damage set. I bet it goes hard. Tideboard got a sizable nerf. Okay. Feeding Frenzy needs to take higher priority over Insatiable Hunger. As a synergy, it's super annoying that Insatiable Hunger takes priority, so if your Feeding Frenzy is up, you can't use the correct thing. Alright, let's not die this time.
So, you wish to meet destruction?
Too early. Had to double cast that. It's unfortunate. Alright, I'm literally not worried. Adjust.
Join me in glorious battle.
Crazy. 51 seconds.
Pleases the exalted.
And with him down, you complete the brimstone.
So with that death costing us like, I don't know, a minute and a half.
You made
I mean, this is still pretty fast. We do have a rampage available.
Me? Oh,
Should we use it on the opening of the fight? Probably.
tearing me apart.
Like, spend the first 20 seconds just building up ultimate and refreshing our rampage so we can get another one. It's so much healing. It's insane. Okay, we have another rampage, so let's just use it. It's getting off balance in there. Get the executes going. Buff up while we're running. We're gonna have another rampage here in a second. Here we go. That was clunky, but it's okay. There we go, 310. My gosh.
Void Mother, we did not summon such a
310 with a death. So that should have been 311, 312 at the high end.
Well done.
Crazy. Let's get that screenshot. 20 minutes, 57 seconds, and that was with a death. I guess the death only cost us 35 seconds-ish. So we could probably get right at 20 minutes with this setup. I want to see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 bleed sources dealing 60% of our damage. So that is 0.6 times 20. So it's like a 12% damage increase. Now our direct damage is 1, 2, 3, static reverberation, sundered, concussion, feral pounce. I guess bash doesn't matter. Is 65%, but 65% times 10, 60 is it's only like 6.5. So yeah, the bleed set should actually do quite a bit better on this setup in particular, except we would be missing some penetration, which we actually do kind of need because we're doing all physical damage types. But yeah, instead of Tideborn, if we could figure out the penetration issue, we could run the 20% bleed damage set, which would be very interesting. It's not 10%, it's 12%. 12% extra direct damage against monsters. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very powerful. I'm very impressed with the werewolf right now. And it's cool that you, out of combat, you can just run around as a werewolf all the time. That's pretty neat. Wonder if you even needed that sigil at the end there with the rampage. I didn't. I did not need the sigil. You don't need the sigil. You take the sigil because it speeds things up slightly. And in this last arena, you do not lose points for taking sigils. So you just take the damage one. Unless you know, if you're going for a trifecta, you don't use a sigil. But if you're going for score, you take the damage sigil. use it to blast through things, and then you're done. It lasts like... You don't need Oaken Soul either, though. No, that is true, which means I could push things higher because I've got Major Brutality and Sorcery, and I've got Prophecy and Savagery, and I can get Minor Force through this, but it means I have to be perfect on my uptimes, or much, much better on my uptimes. And it would mean I could do something else, like... I don't know. I don't know what other mythic I would use, is the thing. Oh, you get Minor Berserk here as well. But then I would need a Slayer set. I would need a Trials set. And there ain't no way I'm getting a Trials set. I don't do that. I don't do Trials. I guess you wouldn't need one, but you would want one. They also nerfed Onsoul, which was like the trial set I would have gotten. Oh, other thing. I'm on a Wood Elf, and I don't need this stamina sustain at all. Not even a little. So a Dark Elf or a Khajiit, probably a Dark Elf would be best. An Orc would be pretty good. There's a lot of good options. Lot of good options. Okay, everyone, that is going to conclude the stream for the night. Thank you so much for hanging out. I see there's 15 viewers. Hope you had a good time. I know I had a good time streaming this. Hopefully I just saw like some slowdowns. Hopefully, was the stream quality okay? Or are we lagging our brains out? I don't know. I'm gonna check out the stream and see if we were lagging our brains out at points. Hopefully we weren't, but if we were, I'm so sorry. Have a good night, everyone. Did I give you the sets General 555C? The sets are, I'll go over them really quick. Tideborn, this can probably be swapped out for something else much better. Archdruid Deverick, any one-piece penetration set is good here. And then the Savage Werewolf Arm Cops. Not Arm Cops. The Savage Werewolf set, because it adds a bunch of bleed damage to your light attacks, so you're doubling up on that, which is good because I'm a sorcerer specifically, and it gives you 6% extra damage done while you're a werewolf, which is like very, very reasonable. Part of the reason it could be good to get more light attack damage from this, or more bleed damage from Savage Werewolf, which is right here, is because it might contribute to extra static reverberation hits. I don't know for sure, but more damage ticks, more better, because this is execute damage. Yep. So those are the sets. I'm also using Oaken Soul, of course. And yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for